Straight ahead on CCX News, Life Behind the Badge. We kick off a new summer series, Off the Clock, profiling a Brooklyn Park police officer and his mastery of fishing. Plus, an overseas trip spurred by song. We'll hear from a local group headed to a choir competition in Greece. But first, a City Hall shakeup. The announcement in Plymouth that will lead to an even busier local election season. CCX News starts right now.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. Calling it a great honor and an amazing opportunity, the mayor of Plymouth has decided not to run for re-election.
My youngest will be heading off to college. It's been 20 years. I think I've accomplished a couple of big things that I wanted to get done, and I just wanted to see what other opportunities are out there.
Kelly Slavik served as a Plymouth City Council member for 8 years, starting in the late 1990s, and she's been mayor for the past 12 years. During that time, Slavik pushed the state legislature for years to get a third lane built on I-494, and she worked to get a veterans memorial in the city. Slavik will miss being mayor, but she says much has been accomplished thanks to a great city staff.
The Veterans Memorial is something that was really important to me, but also getting that third lane on 494. And it wasn't just me. We had an army of city council members, former mayors, and our city staff behind us really pushing that to get that done in Plymouth. And that's something, I just happened to be mayor at the time, something I'm very excited about. And then I'll add another one too, and it's when Plymouth was named the #1 city in the entire country by Money Magazine.
Slavik plans to stay engaged in local politics and may look for opportunities in the health and wellness or medical technology arenas.
Meanwhile, a longtime Robbinsdale school board member also announced she will not seek re-election. Patsy Green told fellow board members at a recent meeting that it's been 17 wonderful years, but feels it's time to step down. In her announcement, Green discussed what she says is a lack of school funding from state and federal governments.
With so many people doing so much great work, we still have a country and a culture that don't value students or children. We have too many children that go hungry, don't have stable housing, and don't have proper health care.
The filing period for Robbinsdale School Board starts July 31st. 4 District 281 seats will be up for election.
The destructive emerald ash borer insect is spreading in Plymouth, and the city forester is launching a new program to reward people for helping slow the outbreak.
We're trying to get people to think about coming up with a plan. What are they going to do with their ash trees? Are they going to treat them, or are they going to remove them?
Plymouth's Forestry Department says property owners have 3 choices for dealing with ash trees. They can treat them with an insecticide, they can cut the trees down before they're infested, or they can wait until they're infested, at which point the city will have you remove the trees. City Forester Paul Buck says if they take the 3rd option, it could be very expensive because badly infested trees can be too dangerous to cut down without specialized and costly equipment. Treatment can cost around $250 every other year, but Buck says not all trees are worth saving.
But if they are, let's get on the treatment bandwagon, and if they aren't going to treat them, then let's start thinking about when are we going to remove those trees. Because when I come, it's not going to be fun.
If you decide to cut down your ash trees, the city is offering to replace them with free new ones. To find out how to sign up, you can visit our website at ccxmedia.org. Golden Valley, Maple Grove, and New Hope have already kicked off their farmers market. Now it is Plymouth's turn.
Every Wednesday through October 10th, there will be fresh local food available at the Parker's Lake Playfield parking lot. And that's where Eric Nelson is, and we will check in with him right now. Hi, Eric.
Alex and Shannon, this is literally a taste of Plymouth. Over 20 vendors are on site providing locally grown food and produce. And joining me now is Jesse Cook, who coordinates the farmers market for the city of Plymouth. This is a huge event. I know you had people waiting in line to get in when the gates opened at 2:30.
Yeah, that's right, Eric. And people were ready for the season to kick off. We had 110 people 10 minutes into the market, which is awesome. And we've got a great group of vendors here, new products, some of our same old products that people love. And we're just excited for a good season.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot more than food. You're going to have bands on site. You're going to have a lot of extracurricular stuff that can be enjoyed by everybody.
Yeah, we have a musician almost every week, and we have a community table where we'll feature groups from our community who share their information. And then we also have a kids club, so kids can come in and join our punch card system and get a prize at the end of the season.
And final thought, there's a drawing to win a farmers market basket, right?
Yep, the coveted farmers market basket. Each week we get collect produce and items from the vendors, and someone wins it at the end of the day. So it's great.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's Jesse Cook from the city of Plymouth. I'm out here at the farmers market, live in Plymouth. I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
All right, thanks, Eric. Bring us back something good. The summer months can be long ones if students don't have enough to do.
And the YMCA of the Greater Twin Cities offered 6,000 free memberships to high school students to see that teens stay active and stay safe.
My main priority is to just stay in shape and not to get unhealthy. I like to play basketball and interact with my friends.
Jamari Bostic spends several hours a day at the Y getting ready for the Armstrong High School basketball season. He is one of about 500 teens from the northwest suburbs with a free summer membership at the Y. Teens can use all the facilities and the swimming pool, take part in Y leadership programs, and get help finding part-time jobs.
Physical exercise. We know what that does for us as adults. Let's get our young people to get some of that, there's endorphins going and things that make them healthy. So creating a community, I think, ultimately moves outside of this building as well. All these things that are inside that the young people are experiencing, that'll make a difference outside as well.
The Y has a wait list for free teen memberships. Scholarships are available too. Still ahead, meet a member of the Brooklyn Park Police Department who unwinds with a walk on the wild side.
Plus, Park Center is the site of some good summer boys lacrosse for high school players.
But first, turning even warmer, expect hot, sticky sunshine on Thursday. We'll be right back. We rarely get to see what local officials do when they're not working.
But we will this summer. We're kicking off a new series called Off the Clock. And we start with Brooklyn Park's Deputy Police Chief and his passion for the outdoors. Here's reporter Sonia Goins.
You know, we're husbands, we're mothers, we're fathers.
It's not often you get to see Deputy Chief Mark BRULEY at home with his family. He says it's sometimes hard for the community to see police as real people.
We're community members. We shop at the same businesses. We have the same interest for humanity.
When BRULEY is not reeling in bad guys,
We'll hold it out like this so it's really big.
he's casting a line for bass, walleye, and crappies.
Well, I started out fishing walking down from my house to a little creek that had bullheads in it.
He found a way to incorporate his love for the lure by co-founding the Cops and Kids Fishing Tournament 10 years ago.
To come out here and be able to share that and utilize that knowledge that I've gained and that interest and passion that I have, and then find a way to incorporate it into public safety and building relationships with kids from the police perspective, it's something I'm very proud of.
The event targets at-risk kids in Brooklyn Park,
Everybody wave!
allowing children and cops to build relationships.
It just gives me a big boost, watching kids smile and laugh.
BRULEY first started fishing for fun, but then the love of the sport progressed into something much bigger.
Got older and got into it more and more. I got my own boats and started traveling all over the country competing.
He often wins tournaments with his son.
2 weeks ago, my son and I won a bass tournament, and it was a blast.
His home is filled with many trophies, including this points championship.
To be able to do that and enjoy that success with your son is just something I'll never forget.
He even turned his passion into a fishing guide business. His clients include former Vikings coaches Tony Dungy and Leslie Frazier.
You know, it can be challenging. Some days are tough bites and people are paying you to take them fishing.
BRULEY says fishing is his happy place, helps him unwind from the daily grind of being a police officer.
Well, I certainly get kind of a recharge of my batteries by going fishing on the weekends and spending time with my family doing a hobby that I love.
For Off the Clock, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Deputy Chief Mark BRULEY has been with the department since 1995, and he is also an avid hunter. Pretty good at it, too.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Good for you. Up next, a local choir spends hours practicing for international competition. Find out where they're headed later in the show.
But first, the Osseo girls basketball program has a new coaching staff. You'll hear from the new head coach coming up next in sports.
I'm Jay Wilcox with sports. The Hopkins and Wayzata baseball teams are rivals in the high school season. Many of the same players compete during the American Legion season as well. The teams hooked up Tuesday in Minnetonka. In the top of the first, Wayzata's Ian Colson swings and misses on the third strike, but the ball gets away. Keegan Nickel dashes in to score for a 1-0 lead. Hopkins threatens in the bottom of the frame, but Kyle Chiraboga bounces to third. Sam Westermeyer comes up with it, and they get Luke Polyak in the rundown. Catcher Colson makes the tag to help Wayzata escape the jam. In inning number 3, Brennan Albert comes up with a clutch hit, bouncing it up the middle and through the infield. Nichols scores, and Westermeyer follows him to the plate. Wayzata leads it 3-0 after 3 innings. Wayzata starter Matt Bolke does a nice job keeping Hopkins off balance. He gets the strikeout here to keep them scoreless. Then leading 4-0, Wayzata adds on with the help of a throwing error. Albert steals third, and the throw is short and bounces away. He trots home. Wayzata goes on to win it 7-0. The Osseo-Park Center boys lacrosse program is once again hosting a summer league at Park Center. Armstrong facing Champlain Park Providence in one of those games. Armstrong's in white. Carter Lucas dodges the defender and goes low with the shot to score for a 1-0 lead. Matt Campion beats the double team, then dodges a couple more defenders as he makes it look easy. Campion scores 3 straight goals. It's 5-2 Armstrong after a quarter. Second quarter, and Zach Lucas works in close to score for the Falcons. They build a 6-2 lead at this point. Later in the third, Spencer Volkert will take a pass and make a quick spin before firing the shot to make it 7-3 at the half. Armstrong wins it 10-6. Later, it's Osseo-Park Center taking on Mounds View. In red, OPC's Griffin Garrity slings the low backhand shot that hits the net. That ties the score 2-2 in the second quarter. It's 4-2 though, Mounds View at the half. Third quarter, and Mateo Rosendahl takes the pass, absorbs some contact from the defenders, and gets in tight to score for 6-2 Mustangs lead. OPC's Damon Lingassen is a good one. He gets a step on the defender and zips it over the goalie's shoulder to make it 6-3. Lingassen starts another nice play as he hits Doherty, and he finds Noah Thorpe in front for the goal on a sweet passing play. Osseo-Park Center is within 6-4. But Trevor Redmond dodges and then bounces a long shot in to end the third quarter. Mounds View wins this game 9-5. The Osseo High School girls basketball program has a new coach on the sidelines this winter when Doug Erleen takes over. As John Jacobson reports, the Osseo girls are working hard this summer with a fresh start in mind.
It was a tough year on and off the court for the Orioles. They finished with a 2-25 record with no wins after December 19th and had a mid-season coaching change to boot. But that's all behind them now. Osseo is a new head coach in Doug Erleen, and a new staff with him that includes Osseo alum Olivia Ancilla, who played on the Orioles state runner-up team in 2012.
Ready to bring back the winning culture, that high-intensity play that Osseo was known for, that they were known for always competing, and I'm ready to help these girls bring that tradition back.
Like many high school teams, the Orioles are working out 3 mornings a week in June and July. The team is emphasizing shooting and conditioning and beginning to install a new up-tempo offense. Add in a new coaching staff, and this summer is a crucial time for the Orioles.
I feel like it's probably the most critical part, because right when the season hits, that's when, you just have to, this summer is building up for the incoming season, so you have to get all the hard work ready, the full potential, get everybody pumped up for the season, get them excited.
They're putting in a lot of new stuff, and how they think about basketball is a little different than we had last year, and so just getting used to just how they play and what they think about it, pushing us faster paced.
I think it's huge. It's a big deal because everything is new, and we want them to mesh together just as well as they have to mesh with us. It's a whole new coaching staff, so making the girls feel comfortable with us and starting to build those relationships, so when the season comes, it's just, they're used to it. It's second nature.
Osseo's 2018 roster featured just 2 seniors, and it's still a young Osseo group. The Orioles are counting on these summer workouts paying off when the season starts in 5 months. John Jacobson, CCX Sports.
Osseo and all high school-related summer programs observe the State High School League's mandated blackout week beginning Monday. And Cooper football coach Willie Howard was honored by the Star Tribune as Boys Coach of the Year. We'll hear from him Thursday on CCX Sports. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Jay. Up next, a group in Robbinsdale says bon voyage to their families.
They are off to Greece. We'll give you a taste of what they will do coming up.
A group of young women and their families are preparing for the trip of a lifetime.
The Partners in Praise Choir gave a bon voyage concert Tuesday night in Robbinsdale before they leave this weekend for an international competition in Greece.
The harmony of a beautiful song might sound effortless, but any good choir would tell you it's anything but. Behind each number, there's hours of vocal training and rehearsals that all go into creating the perfect blend of vocal sound. But don't take my word for it. Ask the choir member named Harmony.
The past 3 weeks, we have had 4 rehearsals a week, each one 2 hours. So a lot of work has been put into this music.
You won't hear Harmony or any of the other members of Partners in Praise complaining about the grueling schedule.
I consider my choir my sisters, and so it's really fun to be able to sing when you're that close as a group.
We're such a tight-knit group of girls, and we sing music not from America, but also from all other parts of the world.
The extra practice goes toward a very worthy purpose. 32 young women will be traveling to Greece with their families to sing an international competition. Before they leave, they are showing off the songs they will be performing in Greece.
What I'm looking forward to is seeing all the other choirs from around the world, because it's rare to see so many people in one place that have such a passion for music.
Oh, they're so excited. They didn't mention the part about meeting boys and other girls and, you know, tasting the food.
Julia FAHEY, who has been at the helm of Partners in Praise for 25 years, says the choir had to apply and earn acceptance into the competition. But the trip boils down to much more than just the music.
It's not about if we win bronze, silver, or gold. It's about the journey, coming together as a team, supporting and caring for each other. That is really the journey. And I'm so excited to be able to share this with my girls.
The group leaves on Saturday morning, and after the competition, they do plan a little R&R on the island of Santorini.
Yes,
so we just wish we could go with you.
Yes, exactly.
And we'll give you another taste of the Partners in Praise Choir as we end the show today.
We wish them bon voyage and the best of luck in the competition, and we'll see you back here on Thursday starting at 4 o'clock.